Booming Thunder Radio, where we groove as the spirit moves. Yeah. Drawing the honey from the rock with the righteous Reverend Doctor on Booming Thunder Radio. Hello, mighty friends. Brother TC coming at you live from the Elijah Ministries down in the bayou. Yeah, in that swampy place. It smells like D.C. around here this morning. I hope it smells like a field of lilies in the land you rise from this day. Yeah. The word and the day, they clash together in a man's heart as he walks, yeah, turning sideways, sucking in that gut, yeah, going in the narrow way. And Yohanan, yeah, wanting what we all desire, a double portion of the latter rain upon our land. Yeah, and so he wrote these words about that treasured day. In the last great day of the feast, yea, a day much like this very one today, YeHoShUa stood up and cried out, "If any man thirst, let him come to us and drink. He that believes as we believe, as the scriptures have revealed themselves to us, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." But this he spoke of the Spirit, which those who believe in him should receive. For the Ruach Kodesh was not given, yea, not yet, because YeHoShUa was not yet glorified, yea, his work upon the earth unfinished. Yea, let it be in your heart begun this day. Many of the people who heard him speak said these things. Truth, this is the prophet. Others said, this is the Messiah. But some said, shall Messiah come out of Galilee? Has not the scriptures said that the Messiah, yea, the very Mashiach, comes from the seed of the beloved David? Yea, out of David's hometown of Bethlehem? So there was a division among the people. You see, these incidents are prophetically tied into the water libation ceremony on the Temple Mount itself that concludes on the seventh day of the Feast of Tabernacles. Yea, this just finished in the Spirit. Were you present? Did you hear the angels sing? Did you feel the wetness, yea, on your cheek? The prayer for rain was recited in the temple on the 8th day, Shema Israel, assembly of the 8th yea, which is a high Sabbath and is referred to in the Gospel of Yohanan as the last great day. YeHoShUa was prophetically proclaiming the future reality of the latter rain on this very day, in this very moment, as the train, yea, pulling that mighty load, goes bellowing by the bend. Or the double portion outpouring of the Holy Spirit that will transpire, yea, during the fulfillment, yea, during this day of the fall feasts. Yea, verse 39 of above is a scribal note that explains the significance and timing of the outpouring of the gift of the Holy Spirit. Yea, mighty Father, let it be in this day, in this moment, a mustard seed upon all their hearts, that the notation lacked the full detail, that the early rain, yea, would transpire as a fulfillment of the spring feast, yea, of Shavuot, yea, coming forth, your last chance. And this prophetic statement by YeHoShUa is declaring the final fulfillment of the double portion latter rain, y'all. Latter rain, may it come. Yea, 1969, let the lightning bolt. Yea, YeHoShUa moving upon the hands of the stringed angels. Yea, they never knew they were one. Yea, let the little ones come forth, plucking their 10 strings of their father's heart. Now, on the last day, at the conclusion of the feast of Sukkot, yea, hallelujah, YeHoVah, and the everlasting glory revealed this day before all the earth, YeHoShUa, yea, the living word in your heart and mind. Yea, your love of YeHoShUa in your heart, inviting him inside and together, two as one, rebuilding the temple, yea, the holy temple that YeHoShUa would teach you, inspecting your work, requiring precision, impeccable precision to honor the name of our Father YeHoVah, that your mercy seat may be found worthy, yea, that the mighty one, the one beyond the world we know, would come and rest and reveal the everlasting of his Son, yea, hidden before the carnal minds of men, yea, since long ago. This latter outpouring, yea, coming forth this very day, will transpire as an intermediate fulfillment of the fall feast of mighty YeHoVah, in which the 144,000, yea, come together to participate in. The last great day, yea, mighty friend, is now known as Shema Torah, rejoicing in the Torah. Yea, let us watch our children dance and sing Torah. Yea, let their mothers and grandmothers hold their right hands lovingly on their cheeks and hearts, that they at 8 years could stand as Josiah stood, yea, and not stand as others of Yehuda have stood, yea, and be taken by Mystery Babylon once again. Turn away from the thing that binds you and dare to walk out unto that red river, yea, that sea of reeds, yea, that your sword would be found worthy by the angels that walk beside you to lay, yea, the cane filled down, that the sugar, yea, can be put in the tea, yea, and that it can be in the refrigerator for about 3 days, getting really good and southern, you know. That southern tea, that's how it's done, y'all. You gotta let it sit up there and do its work once the cane field is cut down. And then as you read, yea, the Torah and YeHoShUa, yea, reveals his mystery language in the Word. As you want, seeking first the kingdom of light and righteousness of the Mashiach in your heart, then all the things of your heart's desire will be given unto you. Yea, for you would be walking with the Father in the garden, and your only desire would be to do the Father's work, which is building the kingdom deep inside your heart, and not the will of Nimrod and Mystery Babylon. Yea, that your children would not remove you from the earth and into the pit, for their little hearts, yea, have been given the double portion to receive the latter rain outpouring this day. And so what did they do, mighty friends? Some of the religious leaders wanted to arrest, yea, those speaking these words, but no man could lay hands on him. When the officers returned to the ruling Kohanim and Perushim without arresting YeHoShUa, they asked the guards, "Why have you not brought him?" The officers answered, "No man has ever spoken like this man." The Perushim answered, "Are you also deceived? Have any of the members of the Sanhedrin or the Perushim believed on him? These people who do not follow our oral traditions, our oral Torah, are all cursed." Nicodemus, a member of the Sanhedrin, but a secret follower of YeHoShUa, he said these words to them. "Does the Torah allow any man to be judged before he is heard and before diligent inquiry is made into the accusations?" Well, we bear witness to that in Mystery Babylon. That's how it works. Where is liberty and justice? Yea. Oh, I see them. They're soaring up on the mountain. Yea, that snow-capped mountain with one hand over the other. Yea, the Pied Piper and the fig leaf fiddler. Yea, let them be a blessing before you all, for what they have endured, unspeakable things. Let their veil be upon their wickedness. Let their ribbon be made white this day, Father. Let that son come home broken but repented. They answered and said to him, Are you also from the Galilee? Yea. Search as you may, you will see that no prophet arises out of the Galilee. Yea, the scribes and the Pharisees derided those who refused to submit to their rules and authority with epithets such as raka and fool, used in Matthew 5:22, commonly phrased as the cryptic Amha Aretz, people of the land. Yeah, you can read all about that in Event 62 in Brother Michael J. Rood's Chronological Gospels. Yeah, the magnum opus of the gospel record. Yeah, even into the Revelation, y'all. Have you found your way into his back door? Have you plugged in all his programming that your mind can be everlasting upon the earth, not wicked like our fathers of old? Matthew 5:22. No doubt the words, these people, were expressed with condescension and contempt. Old Nicodemus, though, that secret member of the Sanhedrin, you know what he was doing? He was reciting Deuteronomy 19:15 through 21. Yeah, to all his fellow Pharisee brothers. Yeah. Are you an ignoramus from the region of the Gentiles? No prophet comes out of the region of the Gentiles. What kind of fool are you? So after their failed arrest attempts, YeHoShUa appointed 70, yea, others, not Jews, they were rejected. They rejected the Mashiach. He came and he fulfilled every one of the shadow pictures. And they were so blind, full of mystery Babylon, their lustful nature. All they thought about was the 9th branch on their Hanukkah light and who was going to light it this year. Ooh, well, there are none. Yea, for these 70, ye are appointed to go and remove that outstretched branch. Yea, I release the eyes of heaven upon all those that would do such wicked things upon the earth, that their humiliation would be before the whole world, their wickedness, if they repent not this day, let it come quickly. Yea, let it not take from the beautifulness of the 8th day light seen shining forth this day. Let it be a fond remembrance of the evil of Mystery Babylon put away. Yea, and that for 8 days YeHoShUa, the candle unseen, filled the oil of the widow, that she might have the might to move in ways only understood by those, who have passed through the veil of everlasting. Those around us, cheering us on. Those that walk with the pairs, the 35 pairs of 70. He sent them 2 by 2, before him into every city and place where he himself would go. Then he said to them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are so few. Pray that the master of the harvest would send forth laborers in his field. Mighty Father, send forth laborers in the field as we go. Reveal them, that the pair can discern them and agree together, and anoint each one with your great gift, Father. Go your ways, mighty friends. YeHoShUa sends you forth as lambs among the wolves. Carry neither purse nor bag or provisions this first time out, not even sandals, and allow no one to join you along the way. Whatever house you enter into, first say, Shalom to this household. Peace be upon this abode. If the Son of Peace is here, your peace shall rest upon it. If not, it shall turn to you again. Hallelujah, Jehovah, and the everlasting glory. This Son of Peace, YeHoShUa. Shalom to this household. As you enter each and every threshold, taking dominion over it all, for him that is in your heart, true love, a peculiar treasure. Remain in the same house, eating and drinking such things as they give, for the laborer is worthy of his hire. Y'all, do not go from house to house. Whatever city you enter into, and they receive you, eat such things as are set before you. Heal the sick that are there, and say to them, the kingdom of mighty Jehovah, has come near to you. But whatever city you enter into and they do not receive you, like Columbus, Ohio, Eastern Illinois, them boys in Chicago that stole, that dared to steal from a righteous man. May they be repented and bring what they stole back and lay it upon my feet. The demons, their sifting of their own legions would begin upon them in this moment, that they would know the power of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of light, YeHoShUa, that created and controls all things. Humble bondservants of him. And as the Father loved him, and give all things into his hand, YeHoShUa has that same gift. if he is in you and loves you for your willingness to be a willing vessel of his glory, then you too would have the everlasting in heaven upon the earth. But whatever city you enter into and they do not receive you, go out into the street of the same and say, even the very dust of your city, which cleaves on us, we do wipe off against you in the spirit this day. Nevertheless, of this you can be sure, the kingdom of mighty Yehovah has come near to you. Then go your way. I say that it will be more tolerable in the day of judgment for Sodom than for that city. Woe to you, Chorazin. Woe to you, Saida. If the mighty works had been done in Tyre and Sidon, which have been done in you this very day, they would have repented a great while ago, sitting in sackcloth and ashes. But it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the judgment than for you. And you, Capharnaum, which is exalted to heaven, you shall be thrown down into the pit of hell. He that hears you hears us. He that despises us, despises YeHoShUa, our King. He that despises YeHoShUa, our King, despises him that sent him, his Father, YeHoShUa, the unknowable one that sits eternal beyond anything our spiritual or carnal mind could conceive. So never forget that during the feast of Sukkot, back in the day when carnal men ruled and they had a carnal temple upon the earth. I know they want it really bad, Father. And during that feast of Sukkot, the 70 bullocks were sacrificed as a provision for the 70 Gentile nations. Did you know that? YeHoShUa commissioned 70 disciples as a prophetic foreshadow of the 144,000 from the 12 tribes of spiritual Israel. Yea, the Father has put on our heart to teach and reveal. Yea, the 13 tribes that are now only 12. For the tribe of Dan has been put asunder this day, and there were only 600 of those eyes that crossed over. Yea, an army of 300, seen and unseen this day, that evil would tremble at these mighty men of, the beloved King of David, in the Spirit. Among the Israelites to whom YeHoShUa is sending the 70 disciples, you would never find abominable flesh set before anyone. YeHoShUa speaking of eating whatever ukla, food, that is set before you, not pharmakia, inorganic substances created in a laboratory, nor animals that are classified as a abomination by the Creator. Yeah, those that worship and eat swine. Yeah, ruled by their carnal mind and the darkness of their hearts. It is a sin to eat anything that is expressly forbidden by our Creator. And if you do such a thing, it will kill you. Because it contains all the nasty residue. That's why you're not supposed to eat it. It has all the wickedness of men stored up within it. For those that eat it in this day and hour will die. Don't do it. Be wise. Regardless of the intention of the provider when they put it out, y'all. Don't eat those things. Speak words of life. And after the feast of Sukkot concluded, every man went his own way. And so the 70 are to return again with great joy. Yea, at the feast of Hanukkah, and give a full report. Tell us if you saw Hasatan come down out of heaven like lightning. Yea, but the booming thunder overcame it all. Yea, tell us what you see on the next treasured moment. Let us give thanks for our brother Rude and the chronological gospels, the life and 70-week ministry of the Mashiach upon the earth. Yeah, I highly recommend you get that copy, brother. It will change the everlasting in your children's hearts. If you care for that kind of thing, if you don't care about that kind of thing, then you just keep on doing what you're doing. Yeah, easy enough. See you later. Yeah, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Yea, so we come to 2 Chronicles and verse 1 of chapter 34. And we find out about an honorable king, 8 years old. Yea. Yea, mighty Father. Seemed like there was another king that was 8 years old. What was he? What was his name? I can't remember. No, Zedekiah, he was like 21, I think. Yehoiakim, yeah, that's what it was. Yehoiakim. Yehovah will establish. Yeah, he was 8 years old when he became the king. He reigned for 3 months and 10 days. 3 months and 10 days in Jerusalem, and he did evil. So what was his mother and father? Yeah, who were their mothers and fathers? And who was the mother and father of, this king? YeHoShUa. 8 years old when he became king, and he reigned 31. Ooh, looky there. That's kind of 31, like 3 months. And yeah, 31 years in Jerusalem, y'all. Yea, and he did right in the sight of mighty Jehovah, and walked in the ways of his father. Oh, yea, the King David was his father. Let him be your father too, mighty friends. And they did not turn aside to the right, nor or to the left. Yea, they went straight through the parted water that stood on each side. Yea, being well read in the Red Sea of everlasting life. For in the 8th year of his reign, while he was still a youth, he began to seek the God of his father David. And in the 12th year, he began to purge Yehuda and Jerusalem of the high places, and Asherim, the carved images, and the molten images. They tore down the altars of the Baal. Yeah, like the one in D.C. Yeah, it better come down this day. It's gonna. Yeah, let the word be made true in your heart, brother. They tore down the altars of the Baals. Yeah, the Baals in his presence, and the incense altars that were high above them. He chopped them down. Also the Asherim, the carved images and the molten images, he broke in pieces and ground to powder and scattered it on the graves of those who had sacrificed to them. Then he burned the bones of the priests of their altars and purged Yehuda and Jerusalem. In the cities of Manasseh, Ephraim, Simeon, even as far as Naphtali, in their surrounding ruins, he also tore down the altars and beat the Asherim and the carved images into powder, and chopped down all the incense altars throughout the land of Israel. Then he returned to Jerusalem. Now what do you think happened next there, mighty friends? The book, the lost book of the law was discovered. May you be the one who discovers it this very day. The Torah, the first 5 books that reveal how to live in heaven upon the earth. The truth of the living word in your heart, the revelation of the mystery language of Torah, revealed by the Father himself in his perfect time when he sends forth the Mashiach upon your heart. Now, in the 18th year of his reign, when he had purged the land and the house, he sent a son of Azaliah and Mosiah. Those were the officials of the city. Yeah, he sent Shaphan, yeah, the son of Azaliah, yeah, the one who prolonged the thing, and Messiah, yeah, the one who prolongs the work of the everlasting Father in the official city. And Yahovah brothered, yeah, you know who you are, and the son of Joaz, yeah, the name of 2 Israelites, the recorder, yeah, to repair the house, yeah, the court, yeah, the daughter's gateway, yeah, the dungeon of the family, yeah, agreed, and the hanging of the hinges, yeah, inside the palace. Let them be not prison doors anymore. Let the chains, yeah, and the locks upon them be removed, that the Mashiach may enter in the temple this day, in their rejoicing, yea, chains in their right hands, chains in their left, dancing, whirling them as David sling the rock upon their temple, freely given them this day, yea, and only each one of them know the name of the written upon it, yea, and that name, yea, like the Mashiach in their heart, and the everlasting Father, yea, Yehovah himself in their mind, yea, 2 as 1, yea, a 3-bound cord, yea, that dances in great delight for all time, y'all. Repairing the house, your house, in heaven, your heart, yea, that the tabernacle of David, your mind, could be repaired by the Mashiach in this day and time. So they came to Hilkiah, which means a portion to Yehovah, the high priest, and delivered the money that was brought into the house of Yehovah, which the Levites, ye, our brother the Levites, which means joined into the 3rd son of Jacob. His mother was Leah. This tribe is descended from Levi specifically, and they are to do service unto the everlasting Father forever. This is their glory upon the earth. Let it be each of ours coming forth this day. Yea. So they came to Hilkiah, the high priest, and delivered the money that was brought into the house of God, which the Levites, the doorkeepers, had collected from Manasseh and Ephraim, Joseph's sons, that he anointed like 2 sticks, y'all. A baton rouge in a cane field. And from all the remnant of Israel, and from all Yehudah, and Benjamin, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Then they gave into the hands of the workmen who had the oversight of the house of YeHoShUa, and the workmen who were working in the house of YeHoShUa. Inside your heart and mind, used it to restore and repair their house. They in turn gave to the carpenters and to the builders to buy quarried stone and timber for couplings, and to make beams for the houses which the kings of Yehudah had let go to ruin. Yea, they lusted only for their outstretched arms to be seen and unseen by the little children of the earth. The men, yea, the righteous men, did the work faithfully for the foreman over them to supervise. Yahath, Obadiah, the Levites of the sons of Merari, Zechariah, and Meshullam of the sons of the Korites, yea, those that were swallowed up by the earth, and the Levites, all who were skillful with musical instruments. Yea, mighty Father, let each one be blessed at Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band be made known with their harps this day, and the love of the Mashiach in their hearts. 10 strings of everlasting glory, that the kings of the earth can be made to rest until their time. Also, over the burden bearers, and supervised all the workmen from job to job, and some of the Levites, scribes and officials, and gatekeepers. Sounds like they had their hands in lots of things. I hope it was their right hand and not their left. When they were bringing out the money which had been brought into the house of YeHoShUa, Hilkiah the priest found the book of the law of YeHoShUa. Yeah, Moses' very book. Hilkiah responded and said to Shaphan, the scribe, "The eyes have found the book of the law in the house of YeHoShUa." And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan. Then Shaphan brought the book to the king and reported further word to the king, saying, "Everything that was entrusted to your servants, they are doing. They have also emptied out the money which was found in the house of YeHoShUa, and had delivered it into the hands of the supervisors and the workmen. Moreover, Shaphan the scribe told the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest gave me a book, and Shaphan read from it in the presence of the king. When the king heard the words of the law, he tore his clothes. That's the best sound effect I have for tearing your clothes. I hope you did what you were supposed to do in that moment, mighty Father. Yea, in the hearts and minds of anointed men. Then the king commanded Hilkiah, Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, Abdon, the son of Micah, and Shaphan, the scribe, and Isaiah, the king's servant, saying, Go, inquire of mighty YeHoShUa for us and for those who are left in Israel and in Yehuda concerning the words of the book which has been found. For great is the wrath of mighty YeHoShUa, which is poured out on us, because our fathers have not observed the word of mighty YeHoShUa, to do according to all that is written in this book. Yea. What happens next, mighty friends? So Hilkiah, whom the king had told, went to Huldah, it's a feminine word, the prophetess, the wife of Shallum. There was 14 Israelites with that name. Let's see. Let's see what old BDB. Oh my gosh, you know what Shalom means? Retribution. I hope y'all brought your hat today. You might need it. Alright, so Hilkiah, whom the king had told, went to Huldah, went to Retribution, the prophetess, the wife of Shallum, the son of Tokath, which means obedience, the son of Harash, and the keeper of the wardrobe. The keeper means to hedge about, such as in the thorns around YeHoShUa's head. Keeper of the wardrobe. Now she lived in Jerusalem in the second quarter, and they spoke to her regarding this. Okay, so the king sent to go inquire to this prophetess woman. And, retribution. I mean, this woman, there's a lot of stuff going on with this woman. Y'all better listen. And she said this to them. Y'all listen, what is she telling us? Thus says mighty YeHoShUa, the God of Israel, tell the man who sent you to me, thus says mighty YeHoShUa, behold, the eyes are bringing evil on this place and on its inhabitants. even all the curses written in the book, which they have read in the presence of the king of Yehuda, because they have forsaken each of us and have burned incense to other gods, that they might provoke mighty Yahovah to anger with all the works of their hands. Therefore, let Yahovah's wrath be poured out on this place, that it shall not be quenched. But to the king of Yehuda, who sent you to inquire of mighty Yahovah, thus you will say to him, thus says mighty Yahovah, God of Israel, the words which you have heard, because your heart was tender, and you humbled yourself before God, when you heard his words against this place and against its inhabitants, and you humbled yourself before mighty Yahovah, tore your clothes and wept before mighty Yahovah. The eyes truly have heard each of you, declares mighty Yahovah. Behold, the eyes will gather to you, to your fathers, and you shall be gathered to your grave in peace. So your eyes will not see all the evil which the eyes will bring on this place and on its inhabitants. And they brought back word to the kings. Then the king sent and gathered all the elders of Yehuda and Jerusalem. The king went up to the house of mighty Yahovah, and all the men of Yehuda, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the priests, the Levites, and all the people, from the greatest to the least. And he read their hearing all the words of the book of the covenant, which was found in the house of mighty Yahovah. Yea, then the king stood in his place and made a covenant before mighty Yahovah to walk after mighty Yahovah and to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all his heart and with all his soul, to perform the words of the covenant written in this book. Moreover, he made all who were present in Jerusalem and Benjamin, our brother, to stand, having done all things to stand. So the inhabitants of Jerusalem did according to the covenant of mighty Yahovah, the God of their fathers. YeHoShUa removed all the abominations from all the lands belonging to the sons of Israel, and made all who were present in Israel to serve mighty Yahovah, their God. Throughout his lifetime they did not turn from following mighty Yahovah, God of their fathers. Hallelujah, Yahovah, in the everlasting glory of the Son, in our hearts and minds. Let him come this day. Let each of us read 35 and 36. To our children, yea, like David listening to Solomon, building the third temple in each heart, yea, by the might of their sons and the love of their fathers, yea, that should Yehuda decline, let it be captured and burned. Yea. But did you hear? You know, in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, in order to fulfill the word of mighty YeHoShUa by the mouth of Jeremiah, mighty YeHoShUa stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, so that he sent a proclamation throughout his kingdom and also in writing, saying, thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, mighty YeHoShUa, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has appointed me to build him a house in Jerusalem, which is in Yehuda. Yea. The house of Jerusalem, H 3389, is an illusion, it's a dual reality, is what Jerusalem means here. It's founded in peace and prosperity. But there are tares that are coming in. And he has appointed us to build him a house in Jerusalem, yea, our heart inside heaven, upon the earth in heaven, which is in Yehuda. Yea, the tribe descended from the first, yea, celebrated ones. Whoever there is among you of all his people, may mighty YeHoShUa, his God, be with him, and let him go and be manifested upon the earth, now and forever. Let him go.